Hello, everyone. This is the FRC Meme Man speaking, and welcome to First After Dark podcast, episode 2. This is our second podcast ever. I'm happy that y'all are here to join us, and so let's just get started. There are 5 other people here today, and the first member being a returning member of Julia. Say
Hi,
hi, Julia.
I'm Julia. I'm on Team 1189, the Gearheads, and I do business, safety, chairman's, basically every non-robot sub-team related thing. And I love everything I do, and I'm glad to be back.
The second member we have is also from 1189, Chris.
So hi, my name is Chris Fong. I'm a former recently alumni for Team 1189, the Gearheads, and I was a former drive coach, drive operator, and electrical captain for the team. And I'm currently a freelancer looking to mentor another team within the current area that I'm living in, and I'm very excited to be on this podcast.
Hello, Chris. The third member we have is Natalie. Natalie, please say hello. Hello? 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 Knock, knock. Anyone there? Hello? Hello? Natalie? Hello? No, we cannot hear you. All right, well, we're going to just move on. Our next member is Rez. Say hello, Rez.
What's up, y'all? Y'all should know me as Raz only, nothing else. I'm on team 2579, and kind of do everything related to the robot and related not to the robot.
Epic. And our final member is Jordan.
Hey guys, I'm Jordan. I'm on 3966, the LNN STEM Punks, and I am in charge of branding and social media.
Epic. We're going to give Natalie a second go. Natalie, are you there? That's unfortunate. Well,
Still not working.
it's mad unfortunate, bro. Natalie, we can't hear you. But
She's not
anyway,
server muted, right?
no, she's not server muted.
It would show if she was.
Oh yeah, it would.
All right.
Oof.
Well, anyway, we're just gonna get past that. So everyone listening, this episode is going to be revolving around chairmans and advice, just common knowledge for it, blah 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 blah, anything for it. Hello, Natalie. Natalie says she thinks she has it.
Oh wait, I see a green.
What do you mean?
There's
Natalie.
no noise.
I know. So people listening, we are recording this off of Discord. We are able to see our voice activity, but unfortunately, we cannot hear her.
I mean, like, she can just type in the chat and we'll say whatever she types.
Nah,
It's a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. All right. Well, anyway, like I was saying, this episode is going to be revolving around chairmans, advice, just knowledge for it. And so, if anyone wants to start off with it, later in the podcast, we will be talking about more calm, not really FRC related things. So yeah, Julia.
Yeah.
I know you know a lot about chairmans.
Oh boy, do I know a lot about chairmans. So last year, my freshman year, and my first year ever in FRC, I was forced into our media lab to write chairmans. Yay! Not only did I get the honor of writing chairmans, but I also got to present it, which, boy, did I learn a lot. And where to start? I guess we could start with the writing process if that works for everyone here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when writing for chairmans, most of it is just trying to get to the what's the word? Not word, but character count. Chairman's is based off of your character count, and so when you are writing, you're trying to get it to 500 characters or less. It just so happened to get to every single question we had was 500 characters long exactly, and it was the most agonizing thing in the entire world. Like, when I say agonizing, I mean we spent hours upon hours trying to get it to 500, and it just, oh boy. Because when you're on a team like mine, you have so many wonderful people doing so many amazing things that it's so hard to put it all into,
Weird flex.
like, sorry.
Weird
It's
flex.
so hard to put it into just 500 characters. This whole conversation is basically going to be flexing, by the way, because I mean, it's chairman's.
That's all chairman's is at this point.
Yeah, it's all chairman's is just flex after flex, which is, it's fine, but again, it's flexing.
Yeah, that's how you win chairman's. You just flex everything that you've ever done.
Big flex.
I had to learn that the hard way. I'm one of those people that does not like to flex a lot, and when I do, it's very subtle, like subtle flex kind of thing. And so I had to learn how to be selfish for once, and boy, was that an experience.
I mean, hey, y'all won, right?
We did win. We won
2
at
years in
our
a row, so
second. Yes, we won at our second district event this year for the deep space game. And I actually have a story about that if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So during the chairman's presentation, we handed pins to the judges because on the back of our pins, we have this phone number for the crisis text line, which is a super cool organization. You should look into it for your team, and it helps out a lot of people, so it's pretty great. And so we have we have these pins and that are super unique because they're square. They're not like your average circle pin. They're literally squares, and they're super cool. So we give those.
Circles.
Yeah, they're not circles. So we give those to our judges, and while we're presenting, I'm the one who's in charge of holding the pins and talking about them. So I was like super nervous, not really paying attention. And I give the pins to the judges, and after I stepped back from talking, I looked down at my thumb and I'm like, oh my god, I'm bleeding. I have blood dripping down my arm from my thumb in the start of the chairman's presentation.
Is it
So
because of the pins?
it's because of the pins. I got stabbed by the pin.
Pins
And
are
like,
dangerous.
oh yeah, I didn't even notice. I was so nervous and so in the zone with presenting that it just like slipped my mind, and I happened to look down and I was gushing blood from my finger. And so I went through that entire chairman's presentation, which was 7 minutes. I went through 7 minutes of just blood dripping down my hand, just talking through it all. And then as soon as it was over, my mentor, who she is very, very near and dear to my heart, I walked out there and she was waiting for us, and she's like, how'd it go? And I'm like, I gotta go. And she's like, wait, why? I'm like, I'm bleeding. And it was the funniest thing. I've never seen so much panic on someone's face when it was so funny. And you know the phrase blood, sweat, and tears kind of thing?
You actually gave your blood, sweat, and tears.
That chairman's presentation took my blood, my sweat, and my tears to do. it was, oh boy.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, like literally and figuratively. It was such a great experience though. It's one of those moments that you'll like look back on forever kind of thing. And like
Hmm.
I still look back on it like right now. Even talking about it just it brings a smile to my face cuz I was literally doing one thing and it just led to a like a weird event happening. It was fun. Not the bleeding, but like the overall experience. Bleeding is not fun. Coming from the safety captain, bleeding is not fun.
Well, yeah,
Anyway,
that's.
yeah.
I don't know how anyone can top that, but if anyone else has chairman's related things, anything really, doesn't have to be.
Going back to Jules' first time experience, I remember back in 2017. Remember specifically at the Howell District, we were amongst lots of good chairman's teams. You know, Flying Toasters, Team Rush, Wings of Fire, Scott Spots, and other these great, amazing teams. And we never thought in a million years that we would win the chairman's award because we're amongst all these great teams
Hmm.
that were expected to win chairmans, but little did we thought that they already won chairmans at their first event, and this was our second event, and we haven't won the chairman's award. And mind you, this was the second time in our at the time 14-year history that we submitted a chairman's presentation, essay, and all that stuff. And to our amazement, we won the chairman's award for the first time in our team's history back in 2017, which I would never forget the faces amongst every single member on our team who had tears dripping from their face after hearing our name being said after
Hmm.
the announcer
Being announced
going
that you
on.
had won.
Absolutely, yes. And at the time before, we didn't think we would win champions, and we thought the Howell District was going to be our last competition for us for the season. But to our amazement, after we won, we went to the state championships, which without the chairman's award, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. So, which is like a weird feeling in the best way possible to set a precedent for future members like Julia to continue upholding the
Hmm.
chairman's award for 1189, which a very proud feeling for the chairman's team. So props on to you, Jules.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
really
I
appreciate it.
I'm so happy to hear because FRC it is just filled with moments like that.
Absolutely.
Just being able to look back, like I remember my freshman year, going to RoboProm because my team had qualified for Worlds. I go to Detroit for all the viewers out there and people in the voice chat right now.
You on
And
your
just
Israel team.
yes, me and my Israel team, we go to Detroit, and I just remember it was such an amazing time, and like just moments like that. And I know people listening, people in the chat, we all are able to think of that one time where it's just pure happiness and seeing everyone around you be happy. And I'm just happy that FRC is a thing because that happiness is able to be in our lives. And
And being able to have so many people have that similar feeling, have that similar story,
mhm,
able to connect with each other through those moments. Uh, that's why I personally believe there's no other organization, no other sports team, club, or whatever that has that same feeling, that same connection that brings us together. And I believe that First
yeah,
has perfected this formula in doing so. Which honestly, this is what brings people together, like organization like these. And First has done an amazing job with it. So
yes,
Tying
I
it,
hold
oof.
I yeah I agree.
Tying it back to chairman's here. That moment that we won, I've never in a million years felt pure ecstasy except for in that moment. It was
Yeah.
the best feeling because I put in so much effort into everything I did that season. Every single thing. Every project, there was me standing in the back corner being like, is there anything I can do to help? I was, those freshmen that are like kind of everywhere doing everything, don't really have a sub team, don't really know what they're doing, but they're there.
Yeah.
That was me. It still is me. I still don't know what I'm doing. I still am that one freshman in my mind that everyone relies on, and I'm totally okay with that. I love being that person. And with chairmans, it was so easy to find my place in being that person because we only had a chairman's team of 3. It was me, our current build captain, and our former business captain. The 3 of us just working it out together. We barely had mentor help. We put so much work into it. And like that feeling of everyone on our team looking right at us as we won was just terrifying and amazing all at the same
At the
time.
same time, yeah.
I remember my former business captain who was on the chairman's team with us. I remember seeing her face that moment that we won and the pure like joy that's like it completely changed. So when you're doing chairmans, you submit a feedback form to the judges like as soon as you walk in there. As soon as that door closes, your feedback form, your chairman's video, and your chairman's presentation packet go straight to the judges. And so when we got our stuff back, it came in this brown paper bag with our video, no feedback form, and our packets, our pins, and the comics that we gave them. And me seeing our video back and looking through the bag for no feed and to like not find a feedback form, it scared me so much. The feeling of like deep regret like grew in me throughout the awards part because chairman's is the last award to be presented. Like as if I didn't have enough stress throughout the day. They're like, chairman's is at the end. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I can't wait a whole day to figure out if I won or not. Like that, it was agonizing. So I was searching through this bag. I went and talked to judges. I'm like, we don't have a feedback form. Like, where is it? Can you help me find it? And they're like, we can't help you anymore. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my god. Because like I needed to know what we did wrong, what we need to do, how to improve for next year.
Yeah.
Because this was our last competition. We were out. Chairman's was our last hope. We were hanging on by a thread. And when I say a thread, I mean like thinner than hair thread. We were up against 26 other chairman's teams at that competition. 26. And for us to be picked, it was insane. No one really understands the pressure unless they've like presented or written or put in like that effort, even the slightest effort. There's still something there. Chairman's is like one of those life-changing things. It taught me how to present. It taught me how to write better. It taught me how to talk to authority. It definitely is worth the effort for certain. So, going back to that feedback form thing, as soon as I found out that we didn't have a feedback form, my brain didn't go to, oh my god, we won. It went to, oh my god, we failed. Because like no feedback, like what am I supposed to do with no feedback? Like you want me to be better, you give me feedback. That's kind of like the thing for a lot of people. And I for certain am one of those people. So I sat next to my mentor. I put my jacket right over my head. I ignored everyone. The only person I talked to was Evan and the other 2 chairman's presenters. Evan told me everything would be fine, and I, of course, didn't agree with him. And then my other 2 chairman's presenters, 2 awards before chairman's, I moved over to where they were sitting, and we all kind of sat together. And I remember talking to one of the guys that I was presenting with, well, the only guy that I was presenting with. I talked to him and he's like, if we win, I'm gonna do ranch shots after this. And I'm like, you're gonna do what now? And he goes, ranch shots. And I'm like, I can't wait to see that. And he's like, you don't seem very confident in that. And I'm like, no, I'm not at all. It was funny. And I did get to see him do ranch shots that night. But, yeah. So when they brought out those blue banners, my heart sank. I looked for the nearest exit because I thought I was gonna like throw up. I was like, oh God, I'm so prepared to go home. You know, like if you win a competition, it's kind of like, oh my God, yay, I'm advancing. When you win chairman's, it's like, oh my God, I'm advancing because you have to present again. And that is, oh boy, presenting again is like,
Probably like a scary thought.
it is so horrifying. I was almost relieved the first time we didn't win because I'm like, oh wait, I don't have to present again. And then I'm like, oh wait, I lost. I still have another district to present at. Oh boy. And just kind of moved on. But at Marysville, which was our second district, I was like, if we don't win, we don't go to states. But also, if we don't win, I don't get to present again, which is kind of a good thing because I don't really like presenting. It was like kind of that mentality. It was like, okay, if we don't win, we don't win. We don't get to go to states. That's going to be sad for our drive team and everyone else. But like, also, I'm going to be selfish for a minute and I don't have to present again. It was, everyone has those moments, right? I'm not crazy.
I mean, you might be a little crazy, but we all have those
Wait a
moments.
minute.
Oh,
Oh, well, Julia, I'm sorry to interrupt your story, but I think we should move on.
We have to move on. I've been
I
talking for so
think
long.
I think Natalie is actually able to talk now, right?
Let's
Natalie?
see.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Also, I felt what you said because I went through the same thing.
Woo!
But hi, I'm Natalie from 6413 Degrees of Freedom. I am also a safety captain, but I do a little bit of everything. I've done everything on the team except programming. So
Oh,
yeah.
me too, girl. Me too.
All right, Natalie, since you're new here, what do you think is the most important thing for chairmans?
Well, personally, I would say self-confidence because I mean, like Julia said, you're basically bragging about your team, and like with that, you're gonna have to like be confident in yourself and your team and all the things they've done so far. So like even if you don't exactly start off with that amount of confidence, hopefully as your team develops you and helps you grow, you can also kind of develop that self-confidence within you, and you can also show in other aspects too, other than just chairman's.
Mm-hmm. All right. Rez, you haven't talked in a little bit. What do you think is the most important thing about chairmans?
Uh, for me, most important thing on chairman's, I would say is like confidence definitely is a huge factor, but I would say the involvement that your team has into working on it. Cause it's like I feel like the more people you have working on chairman's, right? It's like from different parts of the team. There's definitely like a build of confidence. As Natalie
Yeah.
said, like you have to be confident about your team and you have to show like and say what they can do and stuff. And definitely involvement would work with it for me
All
because
right.
it's like it's because like on your chairmans, if you say like, oh, your whole team like did this together and stuff, then that's like saying like, oh, your team doesn't just build a robot. You all have conversations, commitment, and everything. You guys put in work on this.
So when you say involvement, is it just like, are you talking about like involvement within the community, or it's just involvement with the team? What do you mean by that?
Uh, when I say involvement, I just like more the team working on chairmans. But
Oh,
definitely when you're working on chairmans, like on your essay and your video and stuff, definitely like make sure your team gets involved community wise, not just like working on robotics, but like volunteer like parks and everything, clean up and on all that. Like
yeah,
clean up at the parks, like kitchens for the homeless and stuff. Definitely put that stuff in there.
positive things for the community.
Yeah,
All right,
positive.
Jordan, you haven't really talked in a while. What do you think is the most important thing for chairmans?
Well, I don't know much about chairmans because I don't do it.
Oh
Mhm.
boy.
But from what I've heard from the people on my team that do it, outreach plays a major part in chairmans.
Mhm. Okay,
My
epic.
We
Wait,
do
what epic?
some outreach, but I would say a lot of outreach and sponsoring smaller teams like FLL teams and stuff would probably make a big impact in it.
Hmm. Okay, thank you, Jordan.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. Does anyone have any other stories that they would like to tell? Chairmans or chairmans
Can
not
I tell
related?
my
Doesn't really
chairman
matter.
story?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically joining chairmans was kind of karma because at first I wasn't supposed to join chairmans, and I was last year I was in this marketing class, and my teacher's like, we're gonna do this not talent show, but kind of like lip sync battle, and I hated being in front of the stage and all. So instead, I go to my team. I'm like, what can I do? And it's like, you can do chairmans, and I'm like, okay. So I do chairmans originally as a backup, and until one of my teammates texts me, and she's like, hey, turns out I'm on drive team. I can't do chairmans. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I freak out for a solid day. But it was an interesting experience. I'm kind of glad I did it, but still, like, I'm pretty sure that was the universe kicking me in the butt because I tried to get out of this thing. And so, yeah.
Um. So, as a group, do we think that teams who aren't doing chairmans should do chairmans?
Um,
I mean,
uh,
it really depends on the amount of time and effort a team definitely wants to try out chairmans. Because personally believe every team should at least try to submit
Mhm.
chairmans. However, it really depends on the resources teams are willing to go out the length to attempt to. Because I know some rookie teams, second year teams, third year teams may not have the library, the knowledge, or the experience they have towards some teams, whereas they have years of experience they can go back on to talk about it within their chairman's presentations or whatnot. So it really just depends on, does the team have enough know-how and the experience for them to try out chairman. So
I
Oh, yeah,
mean,
I
like,
agree.
yeah.
I
yeah,
personally, what I think is that teams should at least do like a trial, or like maybe not even submit, but just like act as if you were to, just so you're able to see like, oh wow, this is what we've done, and like just be proud of yourself. But then you can also see like, oh, we can also do this, this, and this to make it, be better. Just like a mock of it. I think that is a good idea, but that's just
and
me.
and, and there's no harm in submitting it either.
Yeah,
The worst thing to happen
yeah.
is you don't win. Oh well, but hey, you at least got to talk about yourself, talk about the accomplishments you've done, and at the end of
yeah,
the day, it's about what you've done as a team and that pride feeling of it. So, which nobody can take that away from them. So,
yeah. Rez, you were saying something?
I mean, like, when my team did chairmans, it was what in the 2018 season, yeah. So it was like my first year on the team, and that was our first time doing chairmans, and it was more of a requirement because we got the NASA sponsorship, so we had to do it. But like regardless of it, we like put in our all and everything. Like everyone gave opinions on it and stuff. Well, not everyone, but most of the team gave opinions. There was mental help. There was teachers from outside of robotics helping us write the essay, and it was just like, whew. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of stress, but we pulled through, and we thought we did pretty good, which we did for our first year doing chairmans on the and everything. Like we did pretty well. So like during when awards were being announced and everything, we're just waiting and waiting.
Hello?
Yes, Jordan.
Got cut off.
What?
Oh. Wait, did my voice cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just like waiting and waiting, and then like me and my team member, we're just like up in our seats, ready to run off because we thought we did pretty well and we were gonna win. But like we didn't get our expectations too high because like it was our first year and we're up against teams that were always winning and most likely to win. So I mean, they had a lot. They had a lot on their team. They did a lot also. So we really couldn't compete, but we did pretty well for our first time, and it's just like what Natalie said, confidence. You got to put the team involvement and the effort into it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we've had enough talk about chairmans. If the viewer or listener has anything specific to talk about chairmans, leave it in the comments. I'll look at it and we'll talk about it in future episodes. But anyway, we are going to move into some robot fails from our team, and I think Jordan says that she has a great team fail. So if she would like to go.
So, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but my team goes to Houston for champs, which is where the cheesy poofs go to Houston.
Oh, the poofs.
The
My
poofs.
lovers. What?
So
Wow. Yeah.
we happen to be in the same division as the cheesy poofs. The cheesy poofs, as you may know, had a track record in their division of almost all wins except for one. Guess whose team was in that one loss?
No way.
I don't know.
Ouch.
We were the one alliance the cheesy poofs lost with.
Yikes.
Great moment for our team. And it is a great inside joke for us.
You all
do
just be
that.
like, are you all just like at meetings like, remember that time where we lost with the poofs?
Yeah, but we haven't talked about it in a while. Our rookies still don't know about it.
Yo, I would take losing with the poofs anytime. Like to be in alliance with the poofs and lose, that's a whole celebration right there.
Yeah, it's a very big accomplishment.
Yeah. Like even if you try to lose with the poofs, you still can't lose, but you guys lost, which is that's a whole accomplishment. You deserve a trophy.
The poofs mail us a trophy. Only team we lost with.
Yeah.
Well, Natalie or Rez, do you guys have a robot fail or team
Well, I'm not-
funny moment compilation number 5 moment?
Well,
All right, Natalie, you can go first.
I'm not sure if this counts as a fail, but we were out in off season last week, and we didn't exactly do a elevator mechanism because we rebuilt our whole robot because it wasn't exactly the best, and so there it was in during endgame, and we decided to go on to Hab 2, and we had like this wedge with like this plate on it, and we made it up to Hab 2, but in the process we kept slamming against the Hab 2, and the plate just falls off. And so I mean, we got on there, but we weren't able to reattach it since that was like the third time it fell off.
Oof. All right. Chris says that he has a few stories.
Boy, do I. Well, let's first start off with I think 2016 during my freshman year during Stronghold. We had a giant rolling intake system that would drop down to make even this ramp obstacle course. It was called in Cheval de Free, but we nicknamed it the Chili Fries, or when I looked like a bunch of like X platforms or whatnot. And I remember one time when we were uh, going over the obstacle, a robot, I think, clamped down on the one of the ramps, flipped over, and one of the wires got crimped to a point where one of the metal pieces was making contact to the RoboRio's PWM connections, which
Oh
started
Jesus!
a uh, a very nice smoking effect to our robot, and just the amount of awes
Oh,
and eyes on it was absolutely fantastic. It's as if the robot took a huge number two on us, but luckily we fixed it in time and it was great though. But then, boy, 2018, man, that had plenty of robot stories for 1189. I remember one time the state championships. We were, I believe, we were with this team that could climb, but extend a bar at the back of their robot for us to climb on to pretty much piggyback for a double climb.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Mm-hmm.
funny is that during the before the match, we talked to them. They said their bar was exactly the same height. I believe it was 12 inches off the ground, so we would have no problems climbing back onto them. So we said, okay. Then during the last between 20 and 10 seconds, they climbed, and when we were about to climb, our driver noticed, hey, their whole bar is an inch off. So then when we had 8 seconds left in the climb, we quickly tried to climb onto them, and we tipped over like the Eiffel Tower back in that
Oof.
2001 hit movie, I think Green Mile. That could be entirely wrong, but don't quote me on that. And we fell over to our back. Our elevate, I believe one of the poles got bent a little. Our chain, I think, snapped. Some of our electronics fell out. Our grabber snapped, and it was just an incredible mess that was very not fun to deal with after matches, and that was not fun. But it was a great fail too.
Listen,
Really nice picture online too. If you Google it, so
jeez.
bro, Power Up. I'm not the biggest fan of Power Up. It's one of my least favorite. If I'm being perfectly
Oh my
honest.
god.
well.
Power Up
But
I mean,
definitely one of the
it
worst things
did.
out
There
there.
was a lot of interesting robots. As when in endgame, whether it is triple climbing, double climbing, partner climbing, holding out a bar so that they would climb. That's like one of the parts of the game that I actually did enjoy.
I mean, the game value was balanced, and the act like, but my opinion, game themes are just annoying to me because as driver and drive coach before then, it's very hard. It's so easily to get distracted by all the graphics and all the design
Mm-hmm.
that's on the field and whatnot. But no, I can agree with that. Power Up wasn't the best game, but it was a nice game.
No, I did not think it was a very good game.
2017
It's
though.
just the fact. Are you saying that 2017 was a good game?
Oh, it was. Oh no. It makes 2018 the best game ever.
No, no, I disagree with that.
Really?
I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Oh my. Well, maybe in the next episode you might have a debate on which game is better, but
We did last year, or
We
not last
did
year. Whoa.
last podcast. We
We
well,
did last
so
podcast.
so a question I'm gonna ask all of y'all. Julia already answered last week. Um, but Chris, what is your favorite and least favorite FRC game?
okay. So in terms of best FRC game, I actually have a three-way tie, but for different reasons. It'd be
Mhm.
2013 Ultimate Ascent, 2014 Aerial Assist, and then 2015 Recycle Rush. And here's my reason.
Oh.
All right.
I'll make it quick. I'll make
Okay.
it quick.
Okay.
I'll make it super quick.
You better. You better. You better.
I
better.
can't read. I can't read. Well, 2013 had all the game elements in one. You had defense, you had shooting, you had climbing. What's not to love about all three elements in a single game? Plus, the point values was balanced to heck. So great game. 2014 was the closest thing that FRC had like a BattleBots theme, whereas you shoot a ball, you play heck a ton of defense. That's awesome. 2015 was the best engineering design game FRC has ever done.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yes, because
It-
2015, like every team had a different design. There wasn't a universal design that every team piggybacked and used for it. Each team had
yes.
a variation or a completely different design to their robot, which 2015, there won't be a game like that anytime soon, which is unfortunate, but this is why those three are my favorite. The worst game, 2017, hands down.
2017. It's not my favorite game, but it's up there, right? 2015. I agree with the engineering side of it. Like, amazing game for engineering. But the
Absolutely.
main reason why I just dislike it, and it is my least favorite personally, even though I love the engineering and I wish I was there just for the engineering.
Right. Same here, right.
But just if I was there, being in the stands, having to explain it to people, watching the game, impossible. I would never be able to. That
That's
game was
It's
terrible.
understandable. It's understandable because it's not a competition head-to-head game type deal. It's pretty much two separate matches going at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's understandable, but by the time of week 5 to Worlds, it became a lot more interesting to watch because you had a lot more powerhouse named teams be able to do multiple stacks at a faster rate and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But it's a game that everybody loves to hate. So, which I can agree with that aspect of disliking 2015, even though 2017. Oh God, 2017.
2017. Listen, my
Oh
freshman year. I don't know if it's just nostalgia wise, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is 2012. Actually,
okay, yeah. 2012 it's a pretty good game too. I like that.
I liked it. Rebound
Yeah.
Rumble, amazing game. I wish it came back. The end game, even though I heard end game was from like people who were in it, they did not like the partner climbing aspect of it.
I can see that, but when a team could be able to balance all three robots
Oh
on the
yeah.
balance bridge, that's amazing. Like for example, the hot team, they had a ginormous arm that would go below the frame of their robot and be able to balance about 300 pounds worth of weight to balance a bridge. That to me is just amazing. It's stellar. It's pretty much Star Wars worthy famous because of them. So
Yeah. In my opinion, I thought it was a very good concept, and I thought the idea of, oh shoot, I gotta work with this other team, or I have to design a like lift to keep these other two robots on, so
mhm.
that all three are on the same one. I think that's awesome.
Right.
But anyway, Natalie Rez Jordan,
Yes.
least favorite and favorite FRC
Ooh.
game.
So can I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So my favorite has to be Steamworks.
Oh,
But it has
Okay.
to be, first of all, the brand of my team, it's steampunk. So like it was absolutely perfect for us. And it was,
Y'all were vibing.
we were vibing. And we got that imagery award. But like it was perfect for us. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, were you guys planning this, or was this just because of like we got so much attention as a team that year?" And we went to camp for the first time. Was a major moment for us, and it was amazing. And I really just liked the game. I liked the idea of having human players on the field interacting with the robot so much. Like the whole
Not interacting with a robot, but
well,
interacting with the field that the robot
game
also
pieces.
they're interacting with the field and
Yeah.
helping the robot.
No, I understand. I
My-
think it's amazing game.
Yeah, I really like that game. Least favorite game, I absolutely hated Power Up. Like,
I can see that.
Power Up was just horrible. Delete it.
Power down.
Trash them.
All right, Rez. Actually, I server muted Rez. Rez, what is your favorite and least favorite game?
Least favorite game? From what I've seen over the years at first, I would probably say Recycle Rush.
Mm-hmm.
And then well, I wasn't there, but like I've seen the gist of it, clips of it and stuff and like that. And then my favorite probably have to be Power Up, I guess. The reason I like, well, I really don't have a favorite or anything, but I'll say Power Up. I like it the most. I like it better than Deep Space. Tell you that much. But
Really?
yeah, I guess because
You like Power Up over Deep Space?
I mean, like Deep Space was cool and everything. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Deep Space. I loved it. It was amazing. But I just like Power Up a little bit more.
Ew.
That's
Yeah, it's a really unpopular opinion, but
What do you like about Power Up, though?
I think for me it was probably the what was it called? What was it called again? I forgot.
The Switch?
the
No.
Switch, the scale,
Not the Switch of scale.
Hard Cube.
The Power Up Bank?
The Vault.
Yeah, the cube in the bank. There you go. That. I think because it wasn't something teams focused on a lot. I mean, like it was more of they got the cubes and they just put in the scale and switch immediately. Right? They didn't really focus on trying to. Well, realistically, a lot of teams did focus on it, but like some teams didn't, which was kind of confusing for me because
What do
it
you
gave
mean?
you. Because like usually when the match started and everything for Power Up, the power bank was like the last thing people started to do. I would say in like the last, I don't know, 30 seconds people started to do it. Just for the ranking point and levitation.
Okay.
Wait, what happened?
No, I was saying, I was thinking how normally I saw teams just do it right at the bat, or right in the beginning.
Yeah,
Just get it done out of the way. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
yeah, but then it was also the fact that ooh, you know what? The scale and the switch was pretty funny to me because it was like it's basically two seesaws, but they're just different heights. It's also weird.
Yeah.
And definitely, climbing was so much fun. Although my robot couldn't climb, we tried climbing, but we couldn't. But climbing was fun because like you can lift robots with you, unlike the 2019 where you had to make space for everyone.
You know,
But
I'll agree that the climbing aspect and having it be such a small bar to the point where two robots cannot physically hang on to it, or three robots,
yeah,
or even two can't.
yeah,
Having that aspect is a good thing, and one of the only things I actually liked about Power Up. Anyway,
yeah,
oh, I also like the theme for it. I think the arcade theme and how it was like defeating this boss, even though the boss was never actually there, was a cool idea. Anyway, Natalie, what is your favorite and least favorite game?
I haven't been. Well, I'm a sophomore, so I haven't been here long enough to exactly know Lee's favorite game. And you guys are also gonna kill me for this, but my favorite game was Power Up. But that wasn't. It wasn't really more of a
Power Up is
robot
a
aspect.
very big topic today.
Well, it
Hey.
wasn't more of the robot aspect, but so basically that was the first game I was brought into when I went to one of the regionals for my team back when I was in 8th grade. And that's when I looked at the field, I saw what the robots are doing, and that's when I realized I want to be doing that. And so now
Yeah.
I'm here. So it kind of holds more of a sentimental value to me than anything else.
Okay. What is your least favorite?
I don't really have one. I mean, I could just jump on the bandwagon and say Cycle Rush, but I don't really know too much other than
Normie
what my
gang.
mentor, then other than what my
No,
mentor had
I'm
told
part
me
of the
about
Normie
it.
gang. I'm part of the Normie gang with hating Recycle Rush.
What was so
Proud
bad
of it.
about it?
It's just that engineering. Chris and I we were talking about this actually. Engineering wise, it is an amazing game. No robots were the same.
Exactly.
Um,
Because
coming.
oh, sorry. But to jump in for like the engineering design, not unlike 2018, where pretty much almost every team had an elevator. In 2015, not every team had one. Some teams had an elevator. Some teams had like a 4-bar design. Some teams had like a scissor lift or whatnot, and some teams had I think a shooter type design. I'm not 100% sure, but the idea is that
in Recycle Rush.
I
What?
think in Recycle Rush, I think it's like some type of pneumatic action or something like that. But anyways, the idea is that not all robots were the same in 2015, which is the coolest thing that First has done. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's for me for just hating on it. I'm a normie, proud to be it. Um, B, just the spectator part of it. That's, in my opinion, a pretty big part of each game. Just it's just sitting in the stands, all that. Um, but the spectator part of Recycle Rush just sucked. Terrible. It's the only reason why I'm happy of not being a part in Recycle Rush.
that's which
Just
is completely understandable. I mean,
yeah.
first week and whatnot with rookie teams not being able to stack totes or whatnot, it's very repetitive and it does get boring at times. But world champs, whoo, those are some darn good Amazon machines teams has built. So
Yeah. Who was it that
No,
built?
I mean like
What?
Recycle Rush. Uh, like just watching teams stacking the totes and then having like the totes fall over. That part was funny to me. Like watching matches and watching those happen. I had a good laugh at those.
yeah, I mean, the best moment was 254 and 973 when they lost, I believe, 3 whole stacks and a couple totes and recycling cans going over the over the field. Ooh, that's something you can't forget. So, which that's awesome.
Oh man.
All right. I think that's enough for FRC at least for now. I think we'd be going for roughly an hour, about ish. We started. Yeah, we've been going for about an hour. Uh, let's move into more personal things or more just in real life things. Uh, I'm assuming we all play video games here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, I
If you play
know, but
Fortnite,
more
something's
people.
wrong with you.
I play Fortnite like it's a 9 to 5 job.
Someone
Kidding.
kick
Someone
him.
kidding.
Something is wrong with you.
Kick him.
But anyway, Julie, you got it. I got it. Anyway, what is y'all's favorite video game
Minecraft.
or game that you have the most like memorable memories?
Minecraft.
FIFA.
Last of Us, Witcher 3, Skyrim.
I wish I played The Last of Us. It's
Dang, the
the
Last
one
of
game
Us
I
is
wish.
it's such an amazing game. The storyline, the gameplay. Oh my goodness, it makes you want to change your pants and grab a box of tissues because that's how powerful that video game is.
I heard
Okay,
that they're
okay,
making a
that's
second
still.
one. Is
What?
that
which
Did I make a second?
yes, they are. And by golly, I'm going to be the first person at my local failing GameStop to pick up that game.
Bro, I might just have to play it. I just looked it up. It's coming out next year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The games are getting better, bro. Like I felt like there was a time where games just were trash. Like there was no memorable, like people actually enjoyed playing it. At least main title games like Call of Duty. Call of Duty had a huge, just bad games. Just a series of sending game after game to be bad.
Hmm.
But like the new Call of Duty game, I heard that it is getting better, and that is actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of good things about the new Modern Warfare game, but I haven't picked it up yet. So, but I'm very excited. It's okay.
Who else has a interesting or a good game?
Slime Rancher.
Slime Rancher?
Slime Rancher. It's so much fun. Do you not know what it is?
No, I know what it is. I just assumed you would talk about it, but I guess not.
Slime Rancher. You get to like suck up these little slime boys and just shoot them out into these pens and feed them. And they're so cute. There's so many different types of them. And have you seen the giant slimes? They're so big and fat.
Cool. Thank you, Jordan.
For me, I would say FIFA. Yeah, definitely FIFA.
You're
over
into
the-
sports games?
Yes, I do play sports games. Okay, I mean, like, but for me, it's FIFA's like because like playing with my brothers and stuff, and then playing with my friends, like having all those tournaments, like all those wagers and stuff, and like forfeits. Definitely had some sentimental stuff to keep, and, like some very nice memories. Some not
sports
very
games
not
I
nice.
could never really play other than like NBA. And even then I barely played it. I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm looking back at the podcast request thing and trying to find anything that we can talk about. Underdog teams of first. I tried to talk about it last week.
You know what I think an underdog team is? Meme Man.
Oh.
My team.
Yeah, you should
Am I about
mention
to
your
have to
team
edit
number.
this out right now? Am I about to have to edit out that my team? So we're gonna get back into it. I'm just gonna cut out everything
Underrated team.
that was just said. What do you guys think is the 2020 game gonna be about? I mean, obviously it's about Star Wars, but what do you guys think?
Psycho Rush 2.0.
Oh god, no.
Please stop.
Oh,
I think we're
yes.
gonna have to shoot at stuff. Maybe.
I think it's gonna be a shooting game as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Like
past
shooting
couple,
at some cardboard or something. I don't know. Go on.
I mean, couple years, like First has done like the 2 game piece idea. Like the last time they had just a singular dedicated game piece was in 2016. So
Power up.
oh oh
Got
oh,
him! Got
oh.
him! Got him! Got him!
Hey, calm down. I can't read. Can't read.
No.
But a shooting game would be very cool. But I personally believe that First will do a Cycle Rush 2.0, and it's going to be epic.
The stacking game.
I think
Another stacking game.
Water game. We should do a water game.
No.
Needed.
not water game, but I think it's gonna be like a game where you have to shoot things in order to get points. It's kind of going to be like Steamworks, where you have levels that you have to get to, where you have to shoot things, get to the different levels, and you're trying to
What?
unlock this big door or like power the city or something, kind of like they were showing in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you mean. Actually, Natalie, what are your ideas? You haven't talked a lot now that I think of it.
Well, I'm not. Mine is a little bit different from you guys's, but I think it might be a stacking game, or like, I'm not sure if this is just me over analyzing the whole entire thing, but when the little, I haven't watched Star Wars, so I'm sorry to everybody I'm about to offend. I'm sorry. But that little round dude who kind of people were saying that flicked them off,
BB-8.
and then like yeah, like he recharged something. I think we're gonna have to like place something in like a specific place to power up something or something along the lines, like something along the lines. And I think the end game will have to like deal with like impending doom, or like everyone has to work together to fight something or someone.
So personally, I think so. FERC obviously teamed up with people from Star Wars, and for this Force for Change. And I think in every single, this is just me over analyzing everything, but in every single like trailer, teaser, reveal, or whatever, anything about the game, they've talked about how teamwork is what will make this goal accomplishable. Right? That's a word. I think accomplishable teamwork. So I thought it would be a very interesting that it would be both alliances either a working together for one common goal, just scored differently and see who like contributes more to like I don't know like power up that battery whatever that was in the trailer or the teaser, um, or something to do with partnering up in endgames such as Rebound Rumble, where both alliances had to work together to actually complete the endgame. I think that teamwork they've been saying teamwork and how we should work together so many times that it has to play a part somehow. Um, I also think that there will be a blind part of the game as well, like Sandstorm was this year. I think I think it'll be amazing if there's another blind uh, aspect of the game.
I mean, it does help. It does help the rookie teams so much because I know some of the rookie teams and some of the younger teams where they don't have the programming know-how or the resources to program in autonomous mode. So for them to have another game that during the first 15 seconds have like a sandstorm type period, once again for those teams to participate in it, it's phenomenal. It really helps them a lot. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, for all the listeners out here, Julia had unfortunately had to go. Y'all can boom roaster. Don't actually, please. Um, but anyway, so I'm looking at some more things. Someone says, um, what makes an MC actually good? I think they say what makes an MC good, or it says MC and GA. I don't know what GA is. Anyone? Oh, game announcer. What makes a MC and game announcer good? Um, I know what I would say, but what do y'all think?
I think first of all, the game announcer and the MC should at least know the team's names, because sometimes when you look back at some of these matches and when you hear them say, "Hey, it's this team does this," and what it confuses people like myself who can't read or count numbers higher than one. I mean, I kind of want to know the team who's playing. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, Natalie, Rez, Jordan,
Pers-
maybe y'all.
well, personally, I would say like the energy that they have, because like
Yeah.
our MC at our regionals he's pretty cool. Like he does like jumping jacks, cartwheels, and all that, and like it gets us pumped up and ready to like do our best. I think that's really
Mm-hmm.
important.
Personally, I would say also energy, and if an MC is energetic and if they get the crowd hyped up, it just makes the whole experience so much better. I was about to say something, but I forget what it was. But anyway, Rez, Jordan.
Mm, I don't really know because, well, for my regional, uh, it's the MC and GA are pretty good. Like they get the crowd hyped up and everything. They do their best. They like yell and everything. They make a joke during breaks or even during when matches are going on and stuff. So I don't really have anything bad to say, I guess.
Jordan, if she's even there, got him. All right. So another thing. This is the same person. They asked, "What is the importance of each sub team, such as design or CAD, business, mechanical, electrical, and programming?" I think there's a lot of the technical side, but there's also business. So, I think every team is equally important. I will meme about it and be like, "Oh wow, CAD is so much better than every other team." Because personally, I'm on CAD. I'm the CAD lead. I've been CAD lead for 3 years now. Freshman year, I was just a normal CADer, but now in the senior year, been a CAD lead since. I will always say CAD is more important, but each team is equally as important. Although CAD's important, more important than business, all that. Um, but like they're all equally important. They all have a
All play a
role.
Yep, they all play a part in what makes a team a team. So
They also asked, "What is the best drive system?" I know
oh,
my
all right,
answer.
well,
Y'all.
well, personally, the best drive train is standard tank drive because we all know the
Yes.
hot topic of the swerve drive nowadays. Shout out to 2767. Um, but it really depends on what the game is, and how your drive style is. But the most reliable is tank drive. I mean, you're unless a belt or chain breaks or something drastically happens to your wheels, your tank drive will always continue to work. And
Yeah.
unlike with swerve drive, if one module goes out or something, or a wheel is misaligned, your entire drive is ruined.
The whole thing's done.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So in terms of the reliability, tank drive is the way to go because if you don't have a drive system, you're not in the match at all. So, but each drivetrain has their pros and cons. But tank drive ain't no like push people around and just bully them till Sunday comes.
First, I'd say West Coast Drive, Tank Drive. That
Yeah,
hands down
I'd
the
say
best.
West Coast. West Coast. Yeah.
Um, I don't think there's really an argument. I mean, Swerve Drive sure is cool, but
In terms of reliability and like movement, probably West Coast. Because in Swerve Drive, sometimes like if sometimes maybe if like there's a malfunction on your robot where like it doesn't stop when you want it to, it'll like roll off and maybe get you foul points or something.
yeah. Um, so I think the final thing we're gonna do is, since I think we're about like an hour and 10 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up. Uh, Someone asked what we're doing for Halloween. This is probably something we should have answered last week on the first podcast, but here we are. Anyway, what are y'all doing for Halloween?
I'm gonna go to a party with all my friends and we're gonna just like hang out in her neighborhood and go trick or treating. It'll be fun.
All right, Rez, what are you doing for Halloween?
Usually I would dress up and go to school like that, whatever. But this year, I most likely won't happen considering I don't have a costume or anything. I really wanted to go as Tinkerbell though. I'm not gonna lie.
As
But oh well,
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell, right? Crazy. I went as a Powerpuff Girl last year, but it's whatever. I'm probably just gonna go outside with my friends and take some photos, and that's about it.
All right. Natalie, what are you doing for?
For Halloween this year, I've decided to I'm gonna have a friend over, and we're probably just gonna pass out candy and stuff. And yeah,
Epic.
I'm gonna probably dress up. I'm not sure.
What if you were to dress up? What are you gonna dress up as?
Tina from Bob's Burgers.
All right. Chris, what are you doing for Halloween?
All right, well, there's a party at a friend's house I'm going to, and there's a costume party. But why do any of you guys know what Borat is?
Borat?
Borat, the movie Borat. Borat.
No.
All right. Well, on your own time, Google image it, and it should be a very handsome gentleman on the beach in a very awesome outfit. So that's on your own time, but that's what I'm going as.
I'm looking it up right now.
Save your reaction
my-
after the podcast.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So
God
that's
bless. You do you, man. You do you. You do you.
yeah, absolutely. To the Lord's name, that's the Lord has shined upon me. This is the outfit I'm going as, and it's going to be a very amazing time, hopefully, but not really.
To the audience, if you do not want to be scarred, do not look that up.
To the audience, it is an amazing photo. Please look it up.
Don't look it up.
You know, I'll post it anyway. No, I'm
So,
No. No.
Y'all, such a blue waffle.
oh no,
No.
no,
no,
that
don't do
we
that.
like to-
Edit
we
it
like-
out. Edit it out. Cut the VOD. Cut the VOD. Cut the VOD. All right. Anyway, for Halloween, I'm gonna probably just be staying in with my friends. I think we have a D&D game planned, but for school-wise, I am going to hopefully be dressing up as a clown. Just a normal clown, you know.
Just go as yourself, bro.
Yeah, I know.
What's the difference?
Ha! Funny joke.
Oh,
Funny joke, Krez. You're never invited again. All right.
oh,
Anyway.
Ouch.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But we're gonna wrap it up now. So if y'all have some final thoughts or saying stuff you want to say to the listeners, now's the time.
If anyone here who's listening is from Arizona, please forgive me for everything I've said.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
I'm from Arizona.
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. You're like down the street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else?
If you want to find out Meme Man's teen, just bully him into telling you it.
Okay. So this whole segment is supposed to be for you guys to say goodbye, but you know it's fine. You know.
Bye.
See ya.
if you listen to this, I love you. I'll be held
Listen.
hostage.
I'm
That's
in Meme
awkward.
Man's basement. Please help.
Okay, we're gonna server mute you all. All right. Thank you guys all for listening to the episode 2 of First After Dark. I'm excited that this is actually, happening. People are actually listening to it. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. Thank you guys all for listening. I hope you guys listen to the next one whenever that happens. This is probably going to be uploaded somewhere on Saturdays. Join the FRC Meme Discord. Link in the description. Link in the description. I'm new to YouTube. All right. Don't upload often. Don't judge me. But yeah, link will be in the description. Join it. Have some fun. If you want to be a part of this podcast, this is how you do it. Julia says goodbye, so y'all know. But join the Discord. This is the only way for you to actually be a part of the podcast if you want to be. Thank you guys all for listening. And yeah.